Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Jeremy Shipe. Good morning.
Good to have you folks along. 7:31. Boy, is it hazy out there, Jeremy.
It is.
Weird, huh?
It is weird, and it's got a weird smell to it. Wouldn't be surprised if we hear the source of that sometime throughout the day. Might task Grant with figuring out what's going on.
Yeah, we've did a little research. I tried, and you've tried here briefly to figure out where it's actually coming from. Likely coming from a long ways away, which is always kind of weird when you hear about, fires up in Canada and north of us, and the smoke makes its way down here. But we're not sure where this smoke is coming from, but it was in the forecast this morning.
Yeah.
For today, they said patchy smoke today. So it was hazy out there, and the sun behind the haze was just an orange ball this morning, and I think we've seen that before when the smoke's rolled in. So it's not here close by. That's the good news.
Yeah, and the weird thing is, even with as informed as we are these days and how quickly information can spread and all of the tools at our fingertips and things like that, there can still be a fire going on somewhere that causes smoke to fly over other states, and we still don't know where it's at, despite using all the resources we can.
Yeah, I pulled up a couple of maps. They had smoke maps and all this sort of thing, and a lot of it was a year or two old. So I'm not sure they are keeping up their smoke maps, or at least the ones I found anyway. So
yeah,
that's the top story this morning. It's smoky out there, and you can smell it in the air.
Yeah, you
so,
can.
It's not fog. All right, a very busy show for you today, and a very busy day, period, here at KCNI KBBN. An exciting day because it's day 2 of the state track meet, and Brent Apperson had some really good reports yesterday, some interviews with some of the athletes, and he's going to do the same thing today on day 2. And he'll be reporting here on KBBN 95.3 FM, on KBBN.com as well. He usually starts around 11 o'clock with his first report and goes right up until they end the day. So be sure and listen to Brent. It's real time. He's sitting by the track. He's getting the results, getting them on for you right away so you don't have to do any searching of your own. And you'll also have a chance maybe to hear some of the young athletes who have competed their visit with Brent. I happened to catch a couple of those, and they're fun to listen to. And the kids are proud of what they're doing, but very humble and I think really good about making it a team effort. So
yeah, and it's all catered towards student athletes from our area as well. He kind of sorts through the haystack and finds you the results that you're wanting to hear, and then if you don't catch 1 hour, he often goes back and recaps about the results that have already come in, and then he talks about what events are coming up on the track. And when you do that every hour through the day, you're as informed as you can be, and you don't have to go and search through links or other things online in order to find them. And then even when you get through those, you got to scroll through and find what you're looking for. Brent's doing all that from right at the track, thanks to some great sponsors.
A lot of great sponsors, and let's just say it. Don't tell him we said this, but Brent is better than a computer.
He is better than a computer.
He's the top device.
He sent a picture in a group message.
What is this all about?
Did he send that? Were you in that group?
Well, I was, but I wasn't quite understanding what's going on here. Maybe you can explain.
Well, he sent a picture of what looks like, he says hot tub, but it's just basically a jacuzzi tub. I think Brent's definition of what a hot tub is might be a little bit skewed, but it's a picture of a very Brent-sized jacuzzi tub. I think it's a jacuzzi tub for sure.
Is it really a tub or is it a sink?
It looks like a sink in the picture.
That's what
but it is a tub. It's pretty small. And he said, nothing like having a hot tub in your room. And Christy said, looks like we're paying too much for your room, which, she's always on brand about, spend less money. Expenses. Spend less money, cheap. And then Brent sends a picture of a part of the wall from in the bathroom. And it's pretty rough. It's pretty dirty. It's pretty broken. And there's exposed cement and, crumbling wall on the ground and stuff. And he said, before you think we're paying too much for the room, there's also this picture.
Well,
so the sponsors help put Brent up in a hotel, but yeah, you got to take some and you got to give some too. But walls are,
Not a
who
big
needs a
deal.
wall to look pretty?
Yeah, he's got a little
I just
hot
want the
tub.
carpet to be clean.
Yeah, that's always really nice. Or the
I
bedspreads.
don't want to feel like I need to wear my shoes in the hotel room all the time.
I have a feeling he might have them on in his room. It didn't
Yeah.
look too good.
Yeah.
So, Christy and sponsors, he's taking it for the team.
Yeah.
He's in a.
Well, honestly, he doesn't spend much time in the room when he goes on these sports coverage trips anyway. I learned that when I went to boys state basketball with him. We woke up, we were in the room for a half hour before we left, and then we were in the room a half hour before we fell asleep at night. So you're not spending much time there.
Yeah, you're not just hanging around in the room. Let's see here. This came in from. Oh, here we go. Joan sent this to us. Looks like the smoke is coming out of Canada.
Out of Canada. Wow.
Yeah.
So it's got to go clear over North and South Dakota, make it all the way down.
Yeah. So
Wow.
some fire activity up in Canada, and that's the smoke we're seeing this morning.
Wow.
Yeah. Good morning to Luke. Just stopped by to say hi. Luke is a good friend. We've known each other for many years. We met at the Blues Fest many years ago. And Luke's the kind of guy, he kind of was hanging back the first year, and then he walks up, "Can I help you guys?" And then Luke was one of our main volunteers and construction guys. He's really talented, handy guy. And every year we would meet at the Blues Fest and build the stage and do whatever else needed to be done. And Luke was always first one to grab a hammer or a paintbrush. And we had so many good times. And Luke is on his way to a show. He's a leather worker, and he's going out to Sheridan, Wyoming, to a show out there. So he stopped by to say hi this morning. So
Cool.
drive careful, Luke, and watch for the smoke out there. And he also left me some requests
Oh, okay. Great.
for me. We'll see if we can get at least one of those on for Luke before we get too far along in the show. All right. We've got school lunch menus, just a couple on each desk here. And we'll start with Sandhills at Dunning. And today on the 18th, pizza and question mark. So they're going to have pizza for sure at Sandhill School in Dunning today, and then it's all over. Classes will be out.
At Loop City today, popcorn chicken or hot ham and cheese sandwich.
And let's see here. At Litchfield, Cook's Choice today, and then they don't show any menu for tomorrow, so this must be the last day as well. And at Cozad Schools, they're having barbecued chicken, chili dogs, Caesar salad, all the fresh fruit and vegetables that they offer each and every day at the Cozad School. And looks like school is out today after the day with Cozad.
At Sargent, corn dog or plain dog. They also have chips, baked beans, fruit cup, milk, salad bar as well. And then tomorrow they are dismissing at noon, so that'll be their last day of classes in Sargent.
Broken Bow Schools today, loaded sack lunch, which means this is their last day of school at Broken Bow with a fruit and veggie bar and milk. And they'll dismiss classes today at the Broken Bow Schools. Prairie Pioneer Center menu today, they're having pork tenderloin, mashed potatoes and gravy, wax beans, dinner roll, and dessert. If you'd like to come and eat, call them. before 9 o'clock this morning at 872-6121. 6121 is the number to call.
Say wax beans.
Let's see here. Yeah, wax beans.
Have you had a wax bean before?
Yeah.
I can't say.
Yeah.
Is that a central Nebraska thing? I can't say I've ever heard of wax bean.
Really? I've never really thought about it. Wax beans is a common term around here.
Huh.
I don't think they put wax on them.
Well, is that its technical, like that's the actual, or is that like, is this like a lunch is dinner is supper sort of situation? Like it's an actual other kind of bean, or it's an actual wax bean?
I'm going to stick my neck out here and say I think they're yellow. If I remember right. They're bigger and they're yellow, I think.
Okay. I'm going to have to look this up a little bit.
I'll probably be getting a text from Joan any minute.
Yeah.
Correct me on that as well, which is fine, Joan. If you want to send me the description of a wax bean, that would be great.
Yeah. Joan's our off-site producer.
She really is.
A lot of shows these days on radio and podcasts, they have a third guy that just sits in the room, and when they're talking about things, rather than be incorrect about them or whatever and just kind of keep rolling like you used to, they fact check everything as they go through the show, and they call them a producer.
Well, that would be handy, I will admit.
Isn't that crazy? We need that these days.
I don't know if it's necessary, but
yeah, I think it's more fun to just kind of imagine everyone yelling at their radio.
Don't you know what wax beans are?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I know
yellow. I've done it. When you guys were trying to pronounce charcuterie a couple months back, I was driving Isabel to daycare, and that was driving me crazy.
I just honestly have trouble saying that word, so I just avoid it.
Yeah, just skip it.
Be honest about it.
Hey, that's one way to do it.
About 50% of the time, I can actually get it out.
Yeah. I just imagine the C is an H.
That would help. That would help.
Or is an S, rather. Yeah. Charcuterie.
Okay.
Charcuterie.
Yeah. I'm just going to skip it.
Yeah, that works too.
And the menus are about over, so get a little break.
Yeah.
We're going to play the game, and these questions are provided to us by our producer, Joan Burney, through the Broken Bow Library. And we have a couple of prizes to go along with our game today.
Yeah, great prizes. A free 6-inch sub at Subway in Broken Bow. And then this is a good gift certificate for the time. It's $5 to the Garden Center, which you can certainly use towards some of their plants and things. I was in there the other day, and they've still got a great selection available to you, and $5 will go a long ways in there. So we'll have those two prizes together for the winner. Call us at 872-2801 if you know the answer to this one. We're talking about songs of 1983. In 1983, the Pretenders had a U.S. hit single with Back on the Chain Gang. Who was the lead vocalist for this band? Is it A, Bonnie Raitt, B, Janet Jackson, C, Chrissie Hynde, or D, Madonna? Looking for the lead singer of the band, the Pretenders, when they released Back on the Chain Gang. Bonnie Raitt, Janet Jackson, Chrissie Hynde, or Madonna?
Call us at 872-2801 and win yourself a couple prizes.
Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, Captain.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
It's that time of year, time to get plants in the ground. The Secret Garden is open every day in May. Weekdays 11:30 to 4:30, Saturday 8:30 to 4:30, and Sundays 1 to 4. Shop a variety of annual plants, succulents, cactus, home decor, antiques, Watkins, and more. Ephesians 4 verse 32 says, "Be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God through Christ has forgiven you." The Secret Garden, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
Spring into new adventures and a new pair of Merrills from Bow Bootery. Right now, when you purchase a pair of Merrills, you get to register for a chance at winning a free pair. Merrills are comfortable and versatile. Walk, play, work, run, or just have fun in them. They have lots of great styles for the family and would love to help you find what style fits you and your amazing personality. Bow Bootery on the square in Broken Bow. They're proud to be your home-owned shoe store.
Beef, is what's for dinner. May is Beef Month, and we're celebrating the industry all month long at KCNI KBBN. Sponsors are bringing you beef briefs on our Facebook page, Sandhills Express. Fun facts and information about beef. Listen throughout the month for sponsors like these, saluting those in the beef industry.
Trotter Service in Broken Bow and Trotter's Woe and Go locations across central Nebraska. Shotgun Annie's in Callaway and A1 Auto Repair of Arnold.
And we have Pat on the line. Good morning, Pat. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I apologize. I thought you were Sue.
Well, I'm not.
You and Sue sound a little bit alike, but now that I hear your voice a little bit longer, you're definitely Pat.
Yes, I'm Pat.
That's
Okay.
good. That's good. Here's not Brent. Here's Jeremy with your question.
All right.
Okay, Pat, who was the lead vocalist for the Pretenders with their U.S. hit single Back on the Chain Gang? Was it Bonnie Raitt, Janet Jackson, Chrissie Hynde, or Madonna?
I'll say Chrissie Hynde.
That's right.
Yay.
Great. And Pat will have this Garden Center gift card and the free 6-inch sub to Subway and Broken Bow out here at the station if you can swing by when you get a moment.
I can, and thank you so much. Those are my two favorite places.
That's
Awesome.
great, Pat. Thanks a lot for listening.
Okay, thank you.
Goodbye. All right, 747. A couple other things we wanted to mention real quick. We were talking about the track coverage today from Omaha. We'll have junior high state rodeo final coverage today on KCNI later on as they're getting ready to compete out at the fairgrounds. It's right here in Broken Bow, Nebraska, and the qualifiers will head to state or to nationals from the state finals here at the fairgrounds. So it's an exciting couple of days. We'll get out there and talk to some of the young cowboys and cowgirls and get those interviews up for you on KCNI throughout the late morning, early afternoon. So be sure and listen to KCNI for the junior high state rodeo finals. We don't have results, but we will have some fun interviews with some of the young athletes there. It's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, and there's obviously a lot of representatives from our area, so we catch some interviews from them. But then we always run into someone that we haven't talked to before because this is kind of when they begin their rodeo careers.
Yeah.
They're kind of new to competition, and although a lot of these kids have been on a horse since they could walk,
Yes.
sometimes even before, this is kind of one of their first doses of major competition.
Yep, and some of them are, will be their last year before they go into high school rodeo, so you get a little bit of everything there. So keep your dial set either on KCNI, KBBN to stay informed. This one goes out to Luke, who's out on the highway.
KCNI KBBN.
Good morning, everyone. This is Kathy Eberly reporting for Dave Davis Auction Service and Farmers National Company. To start with Dave Davis Auction Service, we are having an auction for Jerome and Alice Lucas. It's a moving sale, household collectibles and shop items. It's going to be located under the grandstands at the Custer County Fairgrounds. That's going to be Saturday, June 10th, starting at 1 p.m. So that's Jerome and Alice Lucas moving sale, household collectibles and shop items at the underneath the grandstands at the Custer County Fairgrounds, Saturday, June 10th, starting at 1 p.m. There's household and collectibles, a small white table, small display cabinet, sun heater, painted buffalo head, stone artifacts of the Northwestern Plains, Indian pictures, leather Western books, elk horn, Frontier school bell, horseshoes, Red Wing Crocs, a 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 15, and 25 gallon. There's Red Wing chicken waterer, shoulder jug, box of Red Wing other size Crocs, just small Crocs. And then there's a small wooden bench, 2 train sets, toy trucks and trailers, toy tractors, international combines and tractors, an old sled, a small wagon, patio table with 4 chairs. There's some shop and miscellaneous items. Some of them are a Toro leaf blower, a Toro trimmer, Black & Decker wood feeder, Craftsman 12-gallon air compressor, cable air gun, wood turning lathe and tools, a planer, a sander, electric pole saw, Remington chainsaw, Delta chop saw, Craftsman table saw, a scroll saw, drill press, and lots of other items also. If you would like to see a sale bill, you can stop at our office and get one, or it will be posted on the Dave Davis website also, which is just davedavis.com. And again, that's June 10th, starting at 1 p.m. If you would like more information, please call Jim at 870-1785. Going over to Farmers National site, we have a listing at 452 22nd Avenue. It's an awesome location. This home is within 1/2 mile from city limits, sitting on 1.7 acres. Living room and dining room have large picture windows for lots of sunshine. Informal and formal dining. Family room off of the kitchen has exposed beams and a fireplace. Main floor has an office, 4 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. Master bedroom has a master bathroom and walk-in cedar closet. Main floor laundry room has a sink and extra storage. Lower level has large family room, 5th bedroom, and lots of storage. Attached 2-car garage and underground sprinklers. Open front shed has 2 stall areas and a tack room. Shingles new in 2018. Lots of room in this brick ranch-style home at 452 22nd Avenue. This home is within 1/2 mile from the city limits, sitting on 1.7 acres. Then at 1345 North H Street, this home has been completely remodeled. Open living and dining space with lots of sunshine. Large kitchen has abundance of cabinets and counter space. Stainless steel appliances new in 2022. Step down to the family room. Main floor has 3 bedrooms and a full bathroom. Lower level has kitchenette, 2 bedrooms, 2nd bathroom, and laundry room with extra counter space. Attached double garage, shingles new in 2022. You could absolutely move right into this property at 1345 North H Street. Jim has a listing at 1801 South G Street. It's a 5,000 square foot repair shop with overhead hoist and that goes the length of the building. Also has an office space building separately. You can contact Jim for a list of the inventory that will sell with this property. Again, this is located at 1801 South G Street. And if you are thinking of selling your home, now is an awesome time to be doing it. Things are really moving with lots of buyers right now. So please give me a call if you're considering listing your home. I would love the opportunity to work with you. I think that's all for this week. I'd like to thank you all for listening. And this has been Kathy Eberly with Farmers National Company and Dave Davis Auction Service. Have a great day. Thank you.
Geared for Sports is there for you on the west side of the square in Broken Bow when you're gearing up for your sports endeavors, including those upcoming spring sports. From head to toe, if you need it, they have you covered. Visiting them and don't see what you're searching for? Make sure you talk to Scott. He'll do what he can to get it for you. Geared for Sports, always ready to go the extra distance for their customers. West side of the square in Broken Bow.
Barney Health Mart in Broken Bow is excited to see you throughout May. Battle allergies with circular specials. Zysol 24-hour antihistamine 10-count tablets are $7.99. Sunmark all-day allergy 30 counts are $7.99. And Sunmark fexofenadine hydrochloride 30-count tablets are $14.99. With in-store coupons, save $2 on Flonase nasal spray products. Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Go, go, go!
On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Montana's become the first state to ban the Chinese-owned app TikTok altogether. Cybersecurity analyst Alan Liska.
What it does try to do is prevent new downloads of the app from either the Apple Store or the Google Play Store.
Experts say app stores don't have the ability to block downloads on a state-by-state basis. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is ready to jump into the Republican race for president. CBS's Ed O'Keefe explains.
Two sources close to Governor DeSantis tell CBS News his official filing as a candidate is now set to come next week. The decision to file the paperwork is set to coincide with plans to meet with some of the governor's longtime donors at a hotel in Miami.
In northern Italy, heavy rain has triggered devastating flooding that's killed at least 9 people and cut off towns and villages from highways, electricity, and cell phone service. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, the pilot of a small plane was killed when it crashed in north-central Nebraska Tuesday afternoon. According to the Holt County Sheriff's Office, the 1963 Cessna 172 went down in a pasture just northeast of Chambers, Nebraska, just after 1 p.m. The pilot, identified as 69-year-old Mark Gietzen of Wichita, Kansas, was pronounced dead at the scene. The aircraft had flown from Newton, Kansas, and was on its way to North Dakota when it crashed for unknown reasons. Investigators from the Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board arrived at the scene yesterday morning to investigate.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In golf, the opening round of the PGA Championship, the second major of the year, has been delayed due to cold temperatures in Rochester, New York today. The start of the event has been pushed back to 8:50 a.m. Eastern Time, an hour and 50-minute frost delay. NBA playoffs, Game 1 Eastern Conference Finals, and the Heat beat the Celtics in Boston 123-116. Miami was down 9 points at the half, but then outscored Boston 46-25 in the third quarter. Those 46 points were a franchise record for most points in a quarter in the playoffs for Miami. They were led by Jimmy Butler, who had 35 points. The Heat, the 8th seed in the East, has now won every game won so far this postseason, all on the road. Jason Tatum, 30 points for Boston, although he didn't attempt a shot in the fourth quarter. In baseball games of note, the Dodgers down the Twins 7-3 in a battle of division leaders. Braves over the Rangers 6-5 in a battle of division leaders. The Mets walk off with an 8-7 win over the Rays in 10 innings. Blue Jays walk off with a 3-0 win over the Yankees in 10.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, look for partial sunshine. Could have some areas of patchy smoke with high temperatures in the lower 70s. Just a slight chance for a shower or storm. Then for tonight, slight chance for an isolated shower or storm in the evening, a low of 46. Friday, we're back to a good deal of sunshine, but some breezy north winds at 15 to 20 miles per hour. Highs reach 67. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
If you own a small to medium-sized business that kept employees on payroll through COVID, you may have a big cash refund waiting for you. The Employee Retention Credit is a tax credit of up to $26,000 per employee. And now, more businesses than ever qualify. The experts at RefundsPro.com specialize in cutting through the red tape of qualifying for this government program. Most of their refunds are over $100,000. Even businesses that have received PPP funds may be eligible. And there are absolutely no fees unless you receive a refund. So there's no reason not to apply. If your business experienced shutdowns, limited capacity, supply chain challenges, or reduced revenue due to COVID, you likely qualify. RefundsPro.com has already helped hundreds of businesses. So don't lose the refund you're owed by missing the deadline. Get started today with a free 5-minute questionnaire at RefundsPro.com. That's refunds with an S, pro.com.
55 degrees outside here at Broken Bow and smoky haze out there as we learned the fires in Canada are sending the smoke our way. And I think Jeremy just looked it up, and something like million.
1,800 square miles of burnt ground.
Wow.
In Canada right now.
That's awful. And we're getting the smoke here. That's crazy. But it is hazy out there. Keep that in mind. Winds are not blowing very hard right now, so that's probably holding it here out of the northwest at 6 and 7 miles an hour. Barometric pressures at 30.00 and rising now. Humidity at 87%. High yesterday, a very wonderful 78 with an overnight low of 50. Sun set today at 8:52, sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:17, and last night there was the possibility of some showers moving in, and some of our listeners up north may have received some shower activity, and maybe a little bit west. Just almost reached here, but didn't make it. I know Cherry County and up in there had some special storm statements out, so there was activity near us, but we didn't receive any measurable rainfall here. All right, our first guest in the studio, Becky Pearson with Pearson Physical Therapy, and I got to say, you look sharp today. You're in your element, aren't you?
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have my cowgirl costume on for anybody that's listening and not watching. So helping with the junior high rodeo today here in Broken Bow. Brad and Stephanie Miller do a great job getting that organized, and it's wonderful for the kids. Both of my girls went through the junior high ranks before they got into the high school ranks, and it really helps the kids prepare for high school. You know, it's they kind of learn how to manage their horses. They learn how to manage, not that they are fully, prepared mentally when they get to high school, but I do think it really helps them get ready for the competition in high school, because it's quite a bit more when you get to high school as far as it's kind of a marathon really with the amount of rodeos you have in high school. So the Junior High Association is a great association, and we love having it here in Broken Bow. So.
Yeah, it's great to have it here, and it's great to, if you get a chance to go out, folks, and watch, and then maybe if you get a chance, talk to some of the kids, because I've always found their politeness and their willingness to talk phenomenal. It's just so much fun.
They're good kids.
Yeah, good kids.
Really, it restores your faith in the next generation.
It does. Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
By the way, with your black hat on and your white shirt, I know your daughters look like you quite a bit, but when you put your cowboy hat on, you really see you're looking like your daughters, or they look like you.
Okay, well.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Good.
You graduated your oldest daughter.
Yes. Yeah, that was also a whirlwind of excitement and events, and yeah, it was good, and not too many tears shed yet. I think when we drop her off to college in Hayes, Kansas, I'll probably cry all the way home.
Well, she's quite a gal. She's kind of got a head start on her education out of high school, because he was already doing some things. So she kind of stepped it up a little bit, didn't she?
Yeah, so she was done at semester with all of her required classes, and so then she took the spring semester, and she said it would have been easier to be in school because she rode about 8 horses a day, and and she worked for me some in the clinic, and helped us out a lot at home, and so she's going to be going back to Super Kids Club this summer to help them. I think she is ready for that because she loves working with those little kids, and gonna go pursue an elementary ed degree. So, and then she's gonna rodeo for Fort Hays State. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
And then you're still barrel racing, and your younger daughter's doing all sorts of rodeos. So you guys are going to be like crazy busy.
Yeah. That's kind of the par for the course for us.
It's normal, isn't it?
Yeah, hair on fire most of the time.
And every once in a while, your husband, Chris, gets involved and does a little rodeo fun as well.
Yep, he was able to go to Arizona and do some roping. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know how you want to look at it, but we're both getting into the senior side of competition, and so he was able to do some of the senior steer roping stuff, and now I qualify for the senior side pots at the barrel races. So although the seniors are just they're the ones winning the open, so it's not like it's an advantage.
Yeah, it's not.
So,
it's not like it's going to be easier. It's going to be probably harder.
No. Yeah.
The veterans, though, get together and compete.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, thanks for catching us up. It is a busy time of year for everybody. Junior high rodeo here, and you're going to be helping with that today. But back at the therapy clinic, things go on, right?
Yes, yeah, and we've been busy, which we're thankful for that. And what I wanted to talk about today is, people are probably out there digging around in their garden and might be experiencing some back pain, knee pain when you're kneeling down to do things. Farmers are out, or I don't know if they got all planted or not before all this, but doing field work. A lot of times they get some neck pain when they're turned back looking at what's going on. And so don't forget about physical therapy when it comes to that stuff. And I wanted to put out there that we are offering free health assessments for people. And so during that time, if they call the clinic to sign up for this, during that time we can talk about whether, they're having some back pain, neck pain, they're not sure, knee pain, and they're not sure if physical therapy can help. But we're also hoping to help people that are looking to lose some weight. So I myself have been on a journey here that started last fall, and as I'm getting older, it's harder to take some of this weight off. And so we've found a couple programs that have been very helpful, and we'd like to offer that to people as well. And if they would like to, just discuss some things about weight loss, and, maybe they're unable to exercise much because they're in pain, we can help with that side of things. Or maybe they're just needing to lose some weight because their doctor has said that they've got some other health concerns, then we can also help with that side of things. So I'm really excited to offer that as part of our services now.
Oh, it's a great service. How much of that is exercise? How much is diet?
It is a little bit of both. You can't just, well, I shouldn't say you can't just exercise to lose weight, but you have to exercise a lot to lose weight if you're not going to change your diet habits. And so there was a term that I had heard years ago, and I love it. It is you need to firm up in the gym and lose weight in the kitchen. And so depending on what you're wanting, whether you just want to be more toned, then that's more of a exercise, based type of thing. If you really are needing to lose weight, you can't do that very easily just through exercise. You really have to get your nutrition in alignment.
Makes sense. It's all part of getting into a program that kind of disciplines you, because we're all a little weak in that area as far as the kitchen goes.
Yeah. And the really neat thing about this is that it addresses also our relationship with food, and how we perceive things. Like I'm kind of a stress eater, and I didn't really realize that until I got into this program. And then, or there's certain triggers that, you get around certain people, and then you just want to eat certain ways and make bad choices. Or, how much a part of alcohol plays, in continued weight gain, or that you can't lose things. And so just sometimes just bringing some awareness to those things is very helpful. I'm not a nutritionist, but I am
you're a participant.
A participant, yeah. And so, but we do have a good program that I think people would benefit from.
Now, Jeremy is 30-something, and I'm pushing 70, right?
Yeah.
So there's as you go along, you do notice from 30 to 70 that you don't. Some things just settle differently than they did when you were 30. And I think the part that I've noticed the most, and I'm fortunate to be kind of a thin guy, but the middle section is starting to show up at this age. That doesn't bother me so much as, excuse me, as going out in the garden and bending over for a little while and then starting to have back pain or feeling the stomach is the stomach area is weaker.
Yeah.
It gets weaker as you go along.
Absolutely.
Is that something you address there?
Yeah, absolutely. So depending on what you have going on, that's where I think the health assessment will be good, is depending on what your goals are or what the issues are, and even, people that have a hard time putting weight on. So we can try to calculate what your energy expenditure is, based on your age and your activity level. So like, maybe you eat, what you think is a lot and you keep losing weight, or, and so we can help you kind of plan like how many calories you do need to eat and how many times a day you need to eat. So it's more of to help with more the optimal weight versus losing weight, and a healthy lifestyle is not just a diet, it's like we want you to make changes that'll last, and so you're not just going on a diet, losing a bunch of weight, and then you go back to your old habits and you wonder why that didn't stay off, so and a lot of that is some of the mental awareness part of it. So
that sounds very complete. Also, I know that the visits with doctors, sometimes the doc's going to say, before you have that knee replaced or that hip done, you got to lose some weight.
Lose some weight, yeah. And then back pain, there are so many things that we see in the physical therapy clinic that had that person lost weight years before, they would have been able to help their pain levels. And so I like adding this to our program because I feel like we can maybe ward off some things before, you're at extreme measures to be able to, if you can fix it type of thing, So, yeah, I think this is all in alignment with what we offer and what we do at Pearson Physical Therapy, and helping people just achieve the life that they want so that they can, lift up their grandkids, so they can go to their kids' sporting events and feel good, that they can do the things that they want to do that help, get them out of bed in the morning. It's very discouraging when you don't feel good enough to do the things that you love to do. And so that's where I think physical therapy really can help. And we work well with your doctor, with your chiropractor, with all the other health professionals that like and trust. We're happy to be a part of your healthcare team. Because it isn't just one side of things to get you better. It's everything. So.
All right. How do they get started? Just stop in or give you a call?
Yep, they can do that. And I didn't tell the girls in the office this is what I was going to talk about this morning. So, so call and have them, take your name and number down. And if you're wanting a free health assessment, I'd be happy to do that with them, and just discuss what they have going on and what they want to accomplish. Like I said, whether it's manage the back pain or the knee pain or the neck pain, or lose some weight, gain some weight, or just maintain where they're at. We're happy to talk to them about that, and hopefully we can help.
All right. Well, thank you so much. A service that it sounds very complete. Attack which part you want to or what you need to attack, whether it be diet, exercise, or both. Probably usually is.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and we can help guide you through that process.
Okay, all right. Well, have fun out at the rodeo.
We will.
All right.
We will.
Thanks, Becky.
Thanks for having me.
Pearson Physical Therapy, our guest, Becky here, and she's headed out to the fairgrounds, which you can do as well, and watch the kids compete. I understand from Becky they're moving some things around due to some moisture out there. So might be a little delay, but they'll get going. And
yep, it should start at 10:30 today, and they'll buck bulls and horses in the outdoor arena, and run barrels and poles and goats in the indoor arena, and then they'll rope inside. So there should be something going on most of the day there.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We'll take a timeout.
Rise and shine.
All right. The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
Cattlemen, spring is here and things are starting to green up. But alongside the good green like pasture grass and trees come the bad greens, musk thistles, mullenweed, buckbrush, and other weeds. Let Aero Aviation help you get the bad green under control this spring. They use the latest in aircraft and GPS technology and crop protection products while keeping the good green in your pocket. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim today and schedule spring spraying with Aero Aviation, 872-5113.
It's never too early to stock up for your Memorial Day weekend meals. Visit Gary's Superfoods in Broken Bow. 10-pound bags of Open Acres chicken leg quarters are $7.99, and boneless pork sirloin chops are $2.49 a pound. USDA choice sirloin tip roasts are $4.99 a pound. Red, yellow, orange, and green peppers are 5 for $5. For your barbecue side, our family baked beans are 3 for $5. Gary's Superfoods. Shop on South B Street in Broken Bow.
All right, some things that we have for you to think about. Well, if you've been thinking about doing some fixing up this spring, just talking about being out and about, maybe in the garden doing some painting, maybe it's shingle replacement time from some storms earlier. Ansley Lumber in Ansley, Nebraska, right on Main Street, is ready to help you out. They have some discounts going on. Their post sales going on right now at Ansley Lumber. They also will give you 5% off if you purchase 2 or more bundles of post, and that's cash or check only. And they also have lots of siding, and they have shingles, as I mentioned, roofing options. A new deck could be built now or repaired or rebuilt, and they have all the supplies that you need to do that. Ansley has great material options, and they make sure all of their materials are high quality. They do a lot of research to make sure they're selling you the best of the best, and you'll be safe and strong if you build a deck for many years to come. Your roof will be all fixed up because you'll have good quality materials. Call 935-1815 or stop by Ansley Lumber and Supply, located, owned, and operated in downtown Ansley, America. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30, and Saturday, 8 until noon. And don't forget, they will deliver. They have a delivery truck or trucks that go out and about and take you the materials right where you're working.
And I want to tell you folks about what you should go and check out in Sargent at Ollie's Coffee and Boutique. They are one of the sponsors of the Nebraska Land Days ticket giveaway, which we are doing the first one of today. We're giving away a pair of tickets to each of those shows today. They have got a big sale going on right now at Ollie's, and it's going on through Saturday. You fill a bag, and everything you can fit inside, you receive 25% off of. It just excludes homemade consignment items. They have some consignment items from those in the area in their store. Besides those, everything you can fit in that bag, 25% off. And there's no other exceptions written here. So go in, grab a bag, and save. That's at Ollie's Coffee and Boutique in Sargent.
Well, it is Thursday, and it is time to begin the Market on the Square. And the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce has gotten it done. They're ready to go, and they're starting up today. They'll run through September 31st, and they've changed things up a little bit. They've extended the hours for activities in the park for Market on the Square, which again starts today, featuring farmers, crafters, and bakers. And they'll get going today. It goes from 3 until 7 p.m. every Thursday through September 21st, located in Broken Bow's historic city square. And they have lots and lots of different vendors, a whole list here. And I think Stephanie said they've got new ones that have been coming for years, and it will evolve throughout the summer months, spring and summer months. And of course, right now there's not a lot of produce. Everybody's looking for a tomato already, but that'll come a little bit later on, cucumbers and peppers and all those sorts of things. But they'll have all sorts of other things in the park, and they're getting it started today. This is the first of the year, Market on the Square, right here in Broken Bow. And again, that goes till 7 p.m., 3 until 7 p.m. today in the square here in Broken Bow. And they have, looks like maybe 15 or so listed for this time around. So get on down and enjoy the weather. And of course, some of the folks who are at the Junior High Rodeo will be stopping by, so you'll probably meet some new folks down there as well. Should be fun.
Yeah, it'll be great. New hours, and they're going to give that a shot and see what it's all about.
8:24, and looks like we have some folks out in the lobby, which means in a moment we'll have them in the studio. Stay tuned.
Warmer weather means it's time to grill. Masterbuilt Gravity Series grills from AeroSeed will make you the master of the barbecue and envy of the neighborhood. These charcoal grills, available in 3 different sizes, heat to 700 degrees in 15 minutes and can smoke, grill, sear, bake, roast, and so much more. Set your temperature on the control panel or on your smartphone and walk away. AeroSeed also has lump charcoal and several varieties of wood for smoking. Stop into AeroSeed in Broken Bow today to check out the Gravity Series Masterbuilt grills for yourself. You'll be glad you did.
Do you have a laundry list of projects to do around your home? Refresh your space by completing that list of home improvement projects with the help of a HELOC from Bruning Bank. If an updated look is not enough and you're ready to buy a new home, we can help with that too. Navigating a home purchase can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let our friendly, experienced staff guide you to owning the home of your dreams. You can apply in person, online at bruningbank.com, or give us a call at 308-872-2757 to get started. Bruning Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 473773, member FDIC.
8:25 is your time. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on this Thursday, and Ryan Anderson is here from the Garden Center here in Broken Bow, Nebraska. I was just telling Ryan that I went by on another errand yesterday, and your parking lot looked like you were having a party. You're pretty busy. I guess you are having a party, a garden party, right?
It's kind of like that,
yeah. So I know you're really stocked up to get ready for this season, and we were all kind of, anticipating getting started, and Mother Nature was not cooperating. Now we have 7 inches of rain in the ground, and we're starting to get some sunshine, so I imagine the goods are going out.
Yep, we've been pretty steady, so nice weather days brings people out, and we like to see that, I guess. So
yeah,
we are stocked up pretty good on vegetables and garden items, that sort of thing. So varieties of tomatoes and peppers, hot peppers, sweet peppers, jalapenos, of course, that sort of thing. So got a good selection of those. Over on the flower annual side, still looking good there too. So
okay. Now we went through Mother's Day, and I'm sure you sold a lot of the hanging baskets. Those are always really popular.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still okay to buy those, not just for Mother's Day, but to hang from the porch. Do you have some of those left?
Yeah, we actually we restocked Monday, so
okay.
all our rails are full of hanging baskets and a couple new varieties, or new combinations and stuff. So yeah, a lot of good looking baskets, a couple different sizes and price points there on those. So yeah, looking good there.
Good. That sounds great. Jeremy and I have been talking about lawns quite a bit. We love them and we hate them at the same time. I don't know how many people out there feel the same way, but we got some water on it. How about fertilizer and stuff? Are you okay, Jeremy, on that? You've been putting any fertilizer on?
Trying to.
Yeah.
When I'm not mowing, you kind of feel like you're mowing every 48 hours just to keep it chopped down.
Yeah, I hear you. What should we be putting on right now this spring? What step should we be at?
Well, we're probably a little bit past the point for crabgrass control on the pre-emergent. So you move into either like our weed out. If you have some dandelions and stuff coming up already, you can apply that. That's a granular. Pretty soon here we'll be kind of moving into our second step, which can be applied to or any time between now and August. It's called Green Maker. It's more of a lot of iron in it, I guess, to really darken the yard up. But yeah, I was having trouble getting my yard mowed in between rains and work and stuff like that. So, but I got it done.
Yeah, I think a lot of us got a couple days in to get caught back up there when we finally had a break in the weather. Yep. And it didn't feel so bad because if you looked around the neighborhood, we were all kind of in the same boat. Everybody was wanting to mow and didn't get it done. It was just fortunately too wet, and that's going to pay off dividends as we go through this spring and summer. So
yeah, for sure. I think this is maybe one of the It's been a while since I haven't mowed in April, which that's okay. I mean, got a little bit later start. But,
yeah.
It was crazy to see the lawns green up after the rain. You know, you can water with a sprinkler for,
yeah,
dump water on it and they're still kind of brown, and you get a little bit of rainwater on them and they really green up. So
it's just what Mother Nature has the recipe that just groundwater just doesn't have. But that's the way it goes, and we should be all right for a while. But we all know when the sun comes out, it warms up. We're going to have to make sure we keep water going. There are some places in a yard. I don't know if Jeremy has them. I certainly noticed at our place over the years, just can't really get grass to go there. And I wonder if that's a situation where we might just maybe give up and go, you know what? Ryan has a whole bunch of small rock out there. We can maybe change it into something that looks good but maybe doesn't have grass on it. And you have some options there.
Yeah, you can make a perennial bed, something like that. But we carry 3 different sizes of rock. We have pea gravel, washed river rock, mud rock. And then on the mulch we have the grade A cedar bark, which is a really good quality mulch. Wind doesn't seem to blow it off after you put it down. We saw a lot of that. And then this year we brought in, of course, the colored mulch, which is a hardwood mulch. It is shredded. But we have red, brown, and black in that available, and we have plenty of all that. So
good to go there. Yeah. Back on the plant side, the potted plants, there's people coming in now, and they want to get out on the porch and put those plants in, and all sorts of different things you put in a pot right now. And I think you kind of pride yourself on what you have as far as the potting soil goes.
Yeah, we have a pretty good mix. Found it a couple of years ago, and people are coming in and asking for it by name, and we're really happy with it. So we got plenty of that as well.
Okay.
Fairly reasonably priced. The price didn't go up this year on that. So in different sizes available as well. We also have raised bed. Brought in a new raised bed soil this year, and then like garden soil, or a kind of a topsoil on steroids type of thing. Just a little bit better than topsoil, but got a couple varieties there too. But seem to be really good mixes.
Good. That's available. Well, before we got this rain, we might have been scratching our head a little bit going, do we really want to plant a tree this year? Or what's our chances of it getting started? We certainly have to keep water on it. But now we got a little ground soil moisture. Now I know that you had trees coming in. Where are you at on that?
Yeah, we have a good selection of shade trees in. Lindens, some maples, bur oak. I think there's maybe some willows there, a weeping willow. But yeah, the tree stock looks pretty good. Good looking trees. Main thing with the tree is you got to keep them watered.
Yeah.
The last couple of years it's been so dry heading into the fall. You just got to go out and water even after you everybody says, well, I run sprinklers or I have sprinklers. A sprinkler doesn't get the deep water that a tree needs, and when you shut those off in the fall, you need to continue to water. That's up until the ground freezes. So that's a really important thing for trees. But yeah, come in if you're looking for a tree. One tree that's kind of neat this year for us is we have a 5-strand apple tree. So with apple trees, you have to plant 2 different varieties to get them to cross-pollinate to produce apples. This tree has 5 different varieties grafted onto it, so you can plant one tree and it'll produce fruit and You know,
Cool.
if you're in town and have a small yard or something, but you still want to have a fruit tree in your yard, you can plant one tree and get produce
go.
off of it. Yep.
Fantastic. All right. I wanted to ask you about your hours. I know you're open 7 days a week now.
Yep.
And you will be through the season here. Is there anything that we didn't ask you about that you wanted to mention this morning?
I don't think so. We've covered quite a bit. We got roses came in last week, so I had a lot of ask for roses. They're finally here. I think there's 5 or so different varieties of them, but yeah, we're running 7 days a week from now till probably the end of June.
Okay.
Monday through Friday, 10 to 5:30. Saturdays, 10 to 4, and Sundays, 11 to 4.
All right.
So.
Well, it's what we all been waiting for.
Yeah.
And before you know it, we'll have the gardens in, and then there's some things that need to be done with gardens too. If you got to watch for insects and different things that can kind of ruin things for you, and I know you have applications to help fight that as well.
Yep. Insects, blight on tomatoes, or just whatever.
Rabbits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're right at it.
Nuisance. Yeah.
They love the soft, tender stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Thank you very much. 7 days a week, and folks, it's easy to find. If you're not familiar, you just turn at the dollar store East Highway 2 out by the Tumbleweed and go a block south and take a right-hand turn. You'll drive right to it. You can also approach it from the other direction. It's just a block off, and watch for that windmill, right?
Yeah. Just look for the windmill. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Windmill, we've got a new sign up over our doors. So
Saw that. Looks good.
Kind of hard to miss.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that that's what you're doing there at that spot. And then, of course, 2 greenhouses packed full, ready to go, right?
Yep.
Okay, thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
It is 8:35. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. We appreciate that. We're going to go with a little Buddy Holly. 20 minutes before the hour, double shot of Buddy Holly for you here on this smoky Thursday. If you look outside or if you're working outside, you're breathing in some smoke out there today, no doubt about it, as we understand it's from fires clear up in Canada, and they actually had it in the forecast this morning that it was going to be just like it is out there, so we'll just get used to it, I guess. I'm not sure how long it's going to be around, but as long as the fires are going and the wind's in the right direction, I suppose we have that chance. So it's kind of weird, but I'm looking at it right now. It kind of looks almost like, it makes it look like winter in a way when you look out with that white feel. Yeah. So anyway, let's see here. I've got some help wanted information here at a very, very good business. Central Nebraska Diesel is looking for a diesel mechanic. This is a family-owned business. They've been serving this community since 1968 and are looking for a skilled and motivated diesel mechanic to join their team. A successful candidate will be responsible for maintaining and repairing diesel engines, including trucks and heavy equipment. They'll be in the repair side of things, maintain diesel engines and vehicles, including electrical and mechanical systems, and of course diagnosing those is needed as well. You have to have a valid driver's license and a strong knowledge of diesel engines and vehicle systems, and the list goes on. But here's the thing, this is a family-owned business since 1968. They know what they're doing. They know what kind of quality they want to have as far as service goes, and if you fit their need, they'll put you to work with benefits, including matching retirement, health insurance, and a very positive work environment that values teamwork, respect, and commitment to the quality of service they want to provide. If you're skilled and motivated in diesel mechanics and looking for a new opportunity, call Brian at 308-643-2544, 308-643-2544, and you can check this listing out on sandhillsexpress.com employment page.
Also, Ansley Public Schools is looking for energetic, responsible, and caring individuals interested in working as a custodian, paraprofessional, or kitchen staff with the school system. Wages are negotiable. The para position is a job that follows the school calendar. The custodial position is year-round, full-time, and the kitchen staff positions are during the school year as well as for the summer lunch program. If you're interested, call Gordon Goodman at 935-1121 or download a copy of the application from their webpage, which is ansleypublicschool.org. Let's work together, it says. That information also on the Sandhills Express employment page.
All right. Fiesta Brava are a part of our Nebraska Land ticket giveaway, and we're going to be giving some tickets away later on in the show today to some very, very good acts that are going to be at the show. And next week we're also going to have Dave Fudge in, who is the head guy with all of the Nebraska Land activities, to go through all the music and all the other things. You mentioned, Jeremy, that for a couple of weeks there's something to do for the whole family. And we're excited about getting Dave back in the studio. It's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, he always brings those brochures that have the schedule for Nebraska Land Days, and they're not just your standard like trifold brochure filled with, you know, a couple of things. It's just packed. Like they use like 8-point font in some spots just to get all the info in. Lots of fun.
Lots of fun. And Fiesta Brava is part of the ticket promotion that we're going to be doing here before the show's over today. And they ask that you check them out through the week for their lunch specials. We always have Bon Appetit and mention those during the Party Line show on KCNI and just after the 11 o'clock weather and news on KBBN, so you can check them out that way. And they also have margarita specials off and on. Don't forget, on Wednesday evenings they have the $1 tacos, which we live a block down from Fiesta Brava, and the parking lot is always pretty full on Wednesday nights. And why wouldn't it be? $1 tacos to go along with their $5.99 margarita pitchers. They are closed on Monday, and they have a special each and every day. On Tuesdays, it's lunch fajitas, for instance, for $9.99, and they have 12-ounce margaritas all day. Now, this is Thursday, so today it's enchilada and rice and beans for $6.99, and a 26-ounce special on margaritas all day for $6.99. So today's a good day to go in as well.
Yeah.
Fiesta Brava, they're open 6 days a week, as we mentioned, closed on Mondays.
Great.
More jobs.
All right.
More and more jobs. We're whittling them down. We have less job openings than we had, but we still have plenty of good ones out there for people who are wanting to move up or get themselves a good paying job.
Yeah, it's kind of reached more of a normal-ish level, it feels like.
That's a good word.
Yeah. Normal-ish.
The Nebraska Department of Transportation has a couple of openings in the Ansley and Broken Bow facilities. They're looking for highway maintenance workers in Ansley and Broken Bow. And if you're saying, well, I don't know too much about that sort of job, well, they offer training and career development with this and advancement opportunities. And they also pay for vacation time and all of that. It's through the Nebraska Department of Transportation, so the benefits are good. They have ample paid time off, comprehensive benefits package with a matching retirement contribution. And they reward employees there for their hard work with friendly and supportive work environment. And they also encourage creativity and innovation at this job. You can apply online. As a matter of fact, you need to apply online at statejobs.nebraska.gov, and they're an equal opportunity employer and a veterans preference employer. Looks like we have folks in the lobby. That means, again, we'll bring them into the studio here and have a visit. James Klang is here from Klang Financial, and he's got a cup of coffee. He's ready to sit down and visit with us about all sorts of things. How you doing, James?
Good morning. Glad to be here today.
Glad to have you.
I missed last week. Sorry about that.
That's all right. We're pretty flexible here.
Last week was one of those weeks. Have you ever had those weeks?
Well, in my mind, I would like to think not, but then I also think more often than not, being truthful about it. So.
Yeah. Happens way too often.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, probably. Probably same as Dave.
Yeah.
Is it because you're busy with financials or a combination of life?
Oh, gosh. Well, it was the last full week of school last week. Then this week, well, today's the last day of school, too.
Yeah.
Life in general. Summer's coming, spring, we're planting things. Are you planting a garden, Dave?
Yes, I started working on it last night, preparing it. I'm trying the AeroSeed recommendation of planting rye.
Yeah.
And then crimping the rye and just laying it down and planting into the rye. So I crimped rye last night.
Nice. Crimped rye. I've never done that.
Well, basically, you just step on it and make it flat.
Oh, okay.
You don't really strike me as a crimper.
Well, got to do what you got to do, Jeremy. We're talking life here.
Yeah.
Are you working on your garden, James?
Yeah. We built a raised bed. So we got some vegetables in there, some herbs in there. Then we have the regular garden with watermelon and tomatoes and a whole bunch of stuff, onions. Yeah. We live out in the country now.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
We got some room,
You can spread out.
And we're farmers now, and we're ranchers as well.
Now, explain. What are you farming and what are you ranching?
Well, we're farming our garden.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a micro farm.
Sure.
Let's be realistic, but
tiny farm.
Technically, we're farming, right?
Yeah, people are into tiny homes and things like that. Why not a tiny garden?
Why not? Tiny farms are good too.
They are good.
And then we recently bought some chicks, so we're ranchers, and or animal farmers, whatever you want to look at.
Now I have to ask you: do you have anything besides poultry?
No, I guess not. Not unless you count our 2 dogs and cat.
Well,
you'll have a goat in no time, or a pig, or something like that.
That's on our list. There's goats, there's llamas. I'm shooting for an alpaca or something, you know. Steph wants a horse, of course.
Yes.
So does Charlie. She wants a little pony. So yeah, we're slowly growing our ranch herd, if
Sounds
you will.
good.
You got to watch out for those alpacas, though.
Oh yeah,
They're kind of mean.
Well,
at times.
They can spit at you.
He'll spit at you. I've been spat on by a alpaca.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Well,
it's aggressive.
The male now, if you have a male llama, they can get pretty aggressive. I've had an experience with one, and it's too long of a story to tell here at this time.
Really?
Yeah. I had to hop in the back of the pickup. It was going to take me.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it was wild. It was not fun.
Were you scarred by that day?
I still have bad dreams.
Maybe that's something we should talk about off air.
Yeah, I think it would be better off air.
Yeah.
Well, that might be a place to start on the business side. I probably should have had better life insurance when I run into the male llama. Could have been the end, and I might have left my family with not enough to live on at that point.
Well, it's times like those, Dave, that get you thinking.
Yeah.
But then if something bad would have happened, it would have been too late. So think ahead. When the bad things are happening is when you need to think about it.
Okay. Can I ask you a question about that life insurance?
Yeah.
Do the rest of the family after you're gone, do they get more if it's an accident rather than a natural death?
It depends.
Really?
Yeah. So you can, there are policies out there that you can add a rider that says if the cause of death is an accident, then they'll pay double. It's an double indemnity type of policy, and but if it's natural causes, then it pays the regular face amount. And usually the accidental rider on there costs just a little bit.
Not too much?
Yeah, compared to the rest of the policy. So it's an inexpensive way to bump up your life insurance, but that extra only pays if it's an accident.
Otherwise, it just pays like the natural causes.
Yeah, life insurance, it pays when someone passes, period. End of story.
Would there be a llama clause in there then?
I can dive through some of these policies and make sure they do have clauses every once in a while.
That's what I
You got to
wondered.
make sure you work with a good agent that knows all those little clauses and different things with life insurance policies. But that's a good one. I haven't seen a llama clause.
Jeremy, if you had the accidental portion of it put in and then had a llama clause, I wonder if you'd get triple.
There you go.
You know.
Good. We should look into that.
Yeah.
The llama clause.
But honestly, on the serious side, that's something to talk about when you're buying your life insurance. And I think maybe, depending on what age you are, might make a little bit, and what occupation you're in. There's all sorts of things to consider there.
With life insurance, occupation is less of a concern. Now, disability insurance, that's your occupation weighs heavily with disability insurance. But life insurance less so. It's more your age and your health with life insurance. So the older you get and the less healthy you get, the more your premiums cost. So I always encourage anybody, it doesn't matter if you're single, young, what your income is or your state level is, whatever, you need to look into at least a look at what your pure insurance would need to be. And that's something we do out of our office is if you've never had someone do an analysis for you on how much life insurance you do need, come in and we'll go through an analysis and let you know this is how much, based on your situation, how much you need. And I found that a lot of people have never had a life insurance analysis. They have no idea how much life insurance they need. They just go by a rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Like 10 times your income type of thing. But it's a good start. But really, that's something that we offer at no cost to anybody that comes in and wants a life insurance analysis. We'll go through that with them, regardless of whether you ever do anything with us or not. It doesn't matter.
Do you kind of run into that a lot, James, with people kind of how many different rules of thumb have you come across when it comes to life insurance? You mentioned kind of that rule of thumb thing.
Yeah.
How many of them are out there floating around as far as like what people think is a good amount of life insurance?
There's a few. The 10 times your salary is probably the most common. A lot of the ones they get at work is like 1 or 2 times your salary, which isn't near enough. There's a few others that, like your debt. Well, I'll only need it to cover debt, or only need it while kids are in the home, or one of the biggest things with life insurance is drawbacks, I guess, is, well, I think it's too expensive. Well, if you're young, and even if you're older, term insurance is really inexpensive. And so that's one thing, a myth, I guess, if you will, that a lot of people have tend to believe that insurance is too expensive. But term insurance is really fairly inexpensive and affordable, and it's a great way, inexpensive way to protect you and your family. But yeah, there are some myths out there. There's some rule of thumbs that are good, but not necessarily fine-tuned to your situation, and that's what we do at Kling Financial.
Fit it to their need and situation. Also, on the life insurance side, there are some options to actually make them kind of a savings plan, or also helps you maybe with some tax issues as well. And I know you guys talk about that all the time.
Well, we try to focus on our business with estate planning, retirement planning, and so we work with attorneys and CPAs all the time. So we do a lot of tax. We know a lot of tax issues, and we do a lot of. I can't say planning because I'm not a CPA, but we know a lot about it, I guess, and it's a part of our business that we help our clients with, and so part of the benefits of life insurance in IRS code, and I could go on for hours just boring our audience with this stuff, but I love it. To me, it's exciting, and I love helping people with it because it's something a lot of people don't know about. But there's 7702 plans out there that allow you to stuff money into life insurance, and most of the time it's not limited like IRAs or 401ks. And the beauty about it is you can pull money out on a tax-free basis. And it's also a legacy building feature where you can pass these funds on to other generations and remove it from the tax code for 2-3 generations. So there are some planning strategies we can put in place. Just utilizing little old life insurance.
Yeah, no kidding.
And that IRS code affords us to do that. Most people just don't know about it. So if you don't know about it, you don't know to do it. So that's some of the things we talk about in our office. Have those conversations. If you're in an estate planning situation, which nowadays most people are. I mean, you don't have to have a huge estate to be in an estate tax situation. It's just passing what you own to the next generation. If you own anything, I mean, there's an estate issue that you need to consider, whether it's getting a will or a trust and what type of financial planning you need to do. But life insurance is a great opportunity that a lot of people can take advantage of to remove money from the tax system, have tax-free income to themselves. You don't have to pass away to benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a nice feature that IRS code allows us to take advantage of. So,
and right now that's available. You never know with the government 10 years from now whether that'll be still in place. But while it's here, you can help people utilize that.
You don't. Congress can decide to do whatever Congress wants to do.
Well, they can if they make a decision. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. Well, the 7702 rule's been on in some states. It's been on the floor of debate. But it's never gone past that. It's maybe been talked about in some bills in Congress, but it's never gone past that. And I think it's a safe rule. Mm-hmm. The reason is, the insurance industry is huge, and they have lobbyists and they have some pull.
Yeah.
So a rule like that, that benefits the American public in general, having tax-free assets. Who wouldn't want that? And the insurance industry knows that, and so they're going to. That's the good thing about having the insurance industry behind it is they have a lot of pull. So I doubt that's something that's ever going to change with Congress. Right. But you're right, anything's possible. Heck, taxes could go down.
They could.
That's possible. Is it?
It's possible. Is it likely? That's the other question.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Well, James, as always, whenever we start talking, you'd think, oh, we're going to talk about life insurance.
So
blah.
boring.
But
Right.
it's about life. And we started out talking about life, and it's still about how we're going to help one another when we're here and when we're gone. And you guys have all the tools and knowledge to sit down and talk it over with people. And I always like the idea that you're there to help and you're not twisting anybody's arm. It's something that you're willing to visit about, and maybe then they can move forward through you guys and make some steps to make life better.
Well, me and Steph love helping people, and Steph, she doesn't. If I didn't have to pay her, which I don't have to pay her, she would work for free. She just loves what she does.
Well, you got a good deal going
on. And she loves sitting down with clients, and she has an office next to me, and they're always laughing and having a good old time in there, and I'm going, man, I'm sitting in my dungeony of an office there with all this paperwork in front of me, staring at a computer. I'm going, man, she has so much fun over there. What's going on? Here I'm studying market charts and tax law and all these other, to me it's
You're
exciting.
having fun. You're having fun.
A lot of people might find it kind of boring. She is over there having fun, laughing it up with clients, and I need to find out what her secret is.
You need a speaker that just plays background noise of people laughing and having a good time.
Oh, laugh track?
Yeah, just put a laugh track on. Just press play on that every now and then pretty soon she'll be poking her head in. What's going on in here?
That would be sweet. That would be good. The drawback is, what if I'm talking with someone who just lost a family member, and that laugh track accidentally goes
turns
off.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
That would. Can you imagine that?
That would not be good. It's not a bad idea in the right circumstance.
Yeah.
All right, James, you're located right downtown, right across from Nebraska State Bank, right in the business district there, and you're open Monday through Fridays. What time do you open up?
We are there at 8 o'clock, sometimes before, and then we're there till 5. Okay. And then on Fridays we try to close at noon. But if you need to meet with us on a Friday afternoon, we're flexible. Just call us. And we're like I said, we're just here to help people. And if you want whatever you need, financial advice or information on anything, or just sit down and talk, we have people just come in and just want to chat. That's fine too. Come on in, we'll chat with you.
Yeah,
there's no obligation.
Yeah.
Well, did we ever twist your arm, Dave?
No, not at all. And I just dropped in the other day to say hello to Iona. And she was working with a client, so she
stays busy.
I faded back out. I thought, she's doing some good things here. I better get out of here.
She is always busy. So, and she's another one. She loves to help people, and she's always having fun with her clients too. Steph and Rebecca, aka Iona.
Mm-hmm.
They have it going on. I don't know what I need to learn some of their secrets.
I think you might want to kind of just study a little further, otherwise they're going to start calling.
Well, here, Dave, you need to invite Steph here and not me. Just invite her in here, and then maybe you can draw some of these secrets out while I'm not here.
You know, there's one thing I've noticed about Steph, and you probably have too since you're married to her. She is happy and friendly person, but she has a certain look that she gives you when you ask a question that you're not supposed to ask. Do you ever get that look?
Yeah, you know that she's a mom, and a grandmother. I don't know if we should throw that out there, but you know, when you're a mom or a grandmother long enough, you get that look.
That look, it's devastating.
You don't mess with that look.
No, no. So stay safe down there.
Yeah. I will.
Thanks, James.
Thank you.
We'll catch up on some news next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. We've confirmed Florida Governor Ron DeSantis will officially declare his candidacy for the Republican presidential nomination next week. CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
We started getting hints of the upcoming campaign last weekend during his trip to the early caucus state of Iowa, where a bus was spotted that read, "Join Team DeSantis for President," with the slogan, "Never back down." Once they start putting it on vehicles, you know it's real.
Montana's governor has signed a bill banning new downloads of the TikTok app. Cybersecurity analyst Alan Liska.
There are real concerns that the Chinese government is working to collect user data for other purposes.
With inflation eating away at Americans' income, Walmart reports business was up a booming 7.4% in the first quarter. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says it's not expected to slow down.
Walmart also raised its expectations for the rest of the year's earnings.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Kevin Wyatt.
Opening round of the PGA Championship underway. However, it was delayed due to cold temperatures in Rochester, New York. Start pushed back to 8:50 Eastern Time, a 1 hour and 50-minute delay in total. Scott Stallings in the lead. He eagled his first hole. He's now at the second hole. Kazuki Higa is at his third hole. He is 2 under par. A couple other guys at 1 under, a few others even. We've gotten as far as the third hole so far, but it's Scott Stallings in the lead, tied with Kazuki Higa at 2 under par. Defending champ Justin Thomas will now tee off at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. NBA News, ESPN reporting the Suns have begun to gather permission on several assistants for head coaching interviews, including Sacramento's Jordy Fernandez, Milwaukee's Charles Lee, and Memphis's Darko Rajakovic. Eastern Conference Finals, the Heat rallied to beat the Celtics in Boston, 123-116 to take a 1-0 series lead.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, look for partial sunshine. Could have some areas of patchy smoke with high temperatures in the lower 70s. Just a slight chance for a shower or storm. Then for tonight, slight chance for an isolated shower or storm in the evening, a low of 46. Friday, we're back to a good deal of sunshine, but some breezy north winds at 15 to 20 miles per hour. Highs reach 67. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Great, it's yours. See you then.
Nathan's Tiki-themed bar is swimming in end-of-year party bookings.
Where can I find that many servers? They want headlamps? And I'm gonna need to find a band.
He needs caterers to navigate the rising tide.
No, Mario, not your cousin's cover band.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
10 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock, 56 degrees outside and still very hazy out there. I'm not sure that's going to reduce your visibility as far as driving goes, but certainly it's a different look out there as you're walking around and driving around. So kind of be careful out there. They say patchy smoke, and I don't know if we see anything patchy about it at all. It's kind of everywhere. So keep that in mind. Winds are not pushing any of that smoke around much. It's a light north breeze right now. 56, hazy, and a light north breeze here at 9 o'clock, 10 past the hour of 9. Jeremy and Dave with you here on this Thursday morning before we close the show, and I almost closed it by accident. Before we close the show today, we are going to be giving you a chance to win some tickets to the Buffalo Bill Rodeo, to Cody Johnson, and to Jason Aldean. And we'll thank our sponsors before we do that later on this morning. Also, before we close the show today, we're going to see if we can catch up with Teresa with Subway. And Teresa is the manager here now, and we talked with her last week, and she's very, very wonderful. And we're looking forward to talking with her this morning about Subway sandwiches and maybe some job opportunities there as well.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
I want to mention Rustic and Red. Today is the third Thursday of the month, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. It is their May Sip and Shop. The sipping starts at 4, and they're going to be doing some munching as well. They'll be serving street tacos from El Paraiso. Their special guest, their very own Susan Hart, will be there presenting some of her original artwork. They'll have a door prize as well, which is an original piece that Susan created just for you. Some of the sales they've got going on during their May Sip and Shop include 30 to 50% off ladies apparel, 40% off spring florals, 30% off lanterns, 30% off charcuterie boards, and just a few exclusions apply. Good chance of finding some great deals when you go and browse Rustic and Red in Cozad. Everyone gets a valuable coupon to use on their next visit as well. So even if you don't buy anything that trip, you're going to have savings the next time you walk through the door. Again, the sipping starts at 4 o'clock at Rustic and Red in Cozad, but they are open from 10 until 7 throughout the day. Go and check it out. They've got lots of great things surrounding those sales.
All right. In our chat box this morning, Butch McGinn dropped a note, said, sitting at the intersection of Highway 20 and Nebraska 7 in Ainsworth this morning, listening to KBBN. Thanks, Butch. That's a good signal today, and thanks for listening. He says, have a great morning. Same back to you, Butch. Appreciate it.
Maybe the signal's bouncing around in the smoke or something.
Maybe.
Helping extend the signal.
Might be.
Wow.
That's a ways for an FM signal of any kind. Today, we want to remind you and ask you to put this on your calendar. The Oconto Volunteer Fire Department's Blowing the Door Off Barbecue coming up on Saturday, June 3rd in Oconto, and they just turned the whole town into a great place to listen to music and eat good barbecue right in the center of town. And it'll be on June 3rd from 5 p.m. until midnight. They're also having some drawings to give away a Traeger grill, homemade knife made by Adam Miller, a $200 grocery card gift card, and a $100 Kincaidor Brewing gift card are going to be given away that day. And the live entertainment will start at 5 p.m. featuring South Loop Sunrise. They'll play till 8. So along the way there, they'll have the drawings for the prizes along about 7 o'clock. And then at 8 p.m., Borderline starts playing, and they're very well liked, and they'll play till midnight. And adults are $20 at the gate, $17 in advance. Children, 5 through 12, are $10. And they have a lot of businesses who support this. I'm looking at the poster, a lot of familiar businesses that have supported the barbecue for many years. And they have guest judges, music, little banter between the guys with the South Loop Sunrise Band, which was fun to listen to. It's just a good time. Bring the whole family.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun. Last year, there were some bad storms on the day of the Oconto barbecue. Wife and I drove that direction to go and enjoy some barbecue, and no one there was worried about how black the sky was. They were going to enjoy their barbecue and keep doing their thing. So, yeah, we'll pray for good weather and hope that the barbecue can go off without a hitch, which If you've got the weather, which is the one thing you can't control, they put on a great barbecue and a great event. They've got a great group that works hard to put that together every year. You know that if the weather cooperates, it's going to be a great day.
Oh, yeah, and they'll make the most of it. And if weather does occur, they'll work around it as best they can. But they will always be mindful of your safety as well. After all, they're EMTs and firemen, EMS and firemen. So they understand the dangers of weather. But I think June 3rd will be just perfect.
Yeah.
Won't have any problem.
Yep, it'd be great.
All right. Anything else on your table that you want to mention?
Well, we were kind of talking about weather, and that's got me thinking about Taylor Heating and Cooling. If you folks out there are kind of like us at our house right now, you're teetering between what you want to be doing to your home, heating it or cooling it. And at some points of the day, you're sweating, and then other points you're cold, depending, because it's getting down into the 50s at night, and then during the day it's getting into the 80s. So depending on what you want to be doing, you kind of haven't made that decision yet, and you're either going to be putting on layers or taking layers off. And when you're having trouble with those systems, Taylor Heating and Cooling is who you should call. They're your Daikin dealers. Matt and Andy can help you decide the best system for your home if you need a new one, or of course they can do some repairs as well. Call 872-6196. Daikin does it all with less energy than your old system. That's a guarantee. Their inverter technology uses 30% less energy than traditional non-inverter systems. So while your home is cooling, your energy bill gets even cooler. For total home comfort, the solution is Taylor Heating and Cooling. Matt and Andy welcome your call at 872-6196.
All right. Thank you very much. Cody Johnson will be performing June 23rd in North Platte, Nebraska for Nebraska Land Days. Also, guest performers will be Morgan Wade and Randall King at the Wild West Arena. And again, this is at 7 p.m. The show starts at 7 p.m. Friday, June 23rd at Nebraska Land Days. And I have 2 tickets in my hand. Do I have a list of sponsors? I want to get that. There we go.
There it is.
We want to thank Rustic and Red in Cozad, Fiesta Brava in Broken Bow, Mr. Rudy's Mercantile and More in Sargent, the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow, and Ollie's Coffee and Boutique in Sargent for making these tickets available. And we are going to play Cody Johnson for you. I think this might be his latest, called Tell You Can't. And we're going to play that for you. During that time, we'll take the fifth caller at 872-2801.
Largemouth fish in another town. You just got too much on your plate to bait and cast a line. You can always put a rain check in his hand.
Cody Johnson right here on KCNI KBBN's Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. That one called Tell You Can't. And we have a winner of 2 tickets. She was the 5th caller. And I'm not sure about the first name. I think you said it correctly, but I couldn't understand on the phone quite.
Sounded like you were saying Tamara?
Tamara McQuaid.
Okay.
Or McQuaid. The winner of the Cody Johnson tickets, our first giveaway. Congratulations, and be listening. We'll have another giveaway or 2 yet before we close the show. Stay tuned.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
Have you ever asked a farmer if they talk to their fields?
Promise me you'll grow nice and tall. You got that? No, you were corn in 2013, not 2014. Hope you were thirsty.
You think Cheryl's still mad at me?
After all that talking, sometimes it's time to listen. Your field has a voice, and John Deere Operations Center helps you hear it. Unlock every acre's full potential by using both agronomic and economic data. Visit johndeere.com/operations center and unlock your operation.
They run errands and equipment. They bring parts and dinner. They drive the combine and the kids to school. They feed livestock. They fix skinned knees, broken fences. They do the books and lead the 4-H group. They simply make everything better. John Deere celebrates the strength and resilience of the women that make farms run. They make all the difference.
Casey. We've had a busy show today and still have a ways to go. So here's Jeremy with more information that you can use.
Oh, you could sing that Eagles song at Sylvester's this Friday night because Thunder Karaoke is back. So grab your friends or force them up on stage. We all know how it goes when it comes to karaoke. Give them a nice shove in the back, put a microphone in their hand, and have some fun. We all know you sing loud in the car to that certain song, and you're probably pretty good at performing it. You just didn't know it yet. So go and sing on the stage with your friends at Sly's Friday night, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m., karaoke at Sylvester's in Broken Bow. You know they've got the liquid courage to help you do it as well if you need that. So go and have them mix you up a drink or grab a pre-made drink in a bottle or a can and have a good time at Sly's, the quiet little place that rocks East Highway 2, Broken Bow. And also want to remind you about what the Broken Bow United Methodist Church has going on. They're always so excited for this time of year because it is Vacation Bible School time. Kindergarten through 6th graders can go and attend May 30th through June 2nd, 9 a.m. to noon each day. A nice short day, and then you've still got the afternoon to yourself. The theme throughout the week is Food Truck Party. They will plan on having a food truck on site to serve daily snacks and lunch on some days from local vendors as well. The last day, they'll have a short program that gives the kids a chance to show off everything they did and learn through the week. Now, you can sign up by following a link that is online or check out the Broken Bow United Methodist Church Facebook page. It's bound to be a great week of Bible stories, songs, games, snacks, and other fun activities. The United Methodist Church is excited to have your child or children join them. Again, that's May 30th through June 2nd. Go and hit that link and sign up online.
All right, Jeremy, thanks so much. Up next, another chance to win tickets, this time around to Jason Aldean at Nebraska Land Days at the Wild West Arena. Also, special guest Lainey Wilson, who is hotter than a country firecracker right now. So you're going to get kind of a double bill there. She's really rolling right now. And Connor Smith, who is quite good. So that's a three-person show. And Jason Aldean will be performing June 24th, on Saturday, June 24th at 7 p.m. And we got a little Jason lined up here for you. And we are going to take, ladies and gentlemen, the fourth caller at 872-2801.
to be during a weekday or during a time where you've got something else going on, it's worth making the time to make it to the Buffalo Bill Rodeo because it's one of the best around. You won't regret it.
Yeah, it's a
history.
show. It's history. Yeah. So I have 2 tickets that I'll give away on the air here. Now you'll have to call in and talk to us on the air just briefly, and we'll give you best of choice here on the dates.
Oh, good idea.
If you call and visit with us just briefly, we'll give you 2 tickets, and we'll give you the option of the dates that are on these tickets because they are only good for those particular dates. So call me at 872-2801 and just say howdy on the radio. That's all you got to do, and we'll have the tickets here for you and let you pick the date that we have available. First come, first serve. Don't be afraid. 872-2801 is the number to call. All right, Jeremy, while we're waiting for that call, we might want to recap what's going on today, and I think I'll let you tackle that because we've got track, we've got rodeo.
Yeah, Brent's going to be giving you reports from Burke Stadium in Omaha starting in the 11 o'clock hour. He's going to give you a rundown of what's going on with the remainder of Class A and B action. And then over on KCNI, we'll be bringing you interviews from the Junior High State Rodeo Finals, which are taking place in Broken Bow with those cowboys and cowgirls. So tune in for each of those on each of our stations.
All right, thank you. We have a caller on the line. Did not get a chance to find out who we'd be talking to, so we're going to find out. Good morning, you're on the air. Who are we talking to?
Linda Storms.
Linda Storms, how are you today?
Really good.
Good. Are you seeing the smoke out there?
No, I haven't been out today.
Oh, okay. Well, it's kind of hazy out there, and it's actually smoke, we understand, all the way from some Canadian forest fires up that way. So,
oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird out there today. But you have won yourself 2 tickets to the Buffalo Bill Rodeo, and I've got some dates here, and we can talk about that off the air. Have you been to the Buffalo Bill Rodeo before?
No, I haven't.
I don't believe over the years that I've ever been either, but I hear it's really a great show and a lot of history there, and top cowboys and cowgirls come to it, so it should be a lot of fun for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so hold on with me here, and I'll go off the air. We'll get a little information from one another, and we'll have the tickets for you here at the studios, all right?
Awesome.
Hold on, Linda.
Okay.
Bruce Springsteen's Working on a Dream. Well, it has been a lot of fun today. Lots of guests, lots of activity, ticket giveaways. And again, we'll be busy the rest of the day bringing you track reports, or Brent will be, until he goes back to his luxury hotel.
Yeah.
Or motel.
Yeah, he got a good soak in the little mini jacuzzi last night. That's funny. Until you said it looked like a sink, I didn't even think about that. But it does, the angle he took the picture from, it looks like a sink.
I think it's a sink with soap in it.
Yeah.
Not
he
suds.
Yeah, he just made it look that way. He just angled it to make it look like that.
Well, he'll be up for track today. More Class B action, and we're looking forward to him following the kids, and he'll make sure he covers everybody that he can from our listening area, whatever direction they are from Broken Bow and Custer County, and look forward to that. And as you mentioned, of course, the junior high rodeo kids will be featured today on KCNI and tomorrow, and we'll get out to the fairgrounds and see if we can catch some interviews there. Until then, though, we'll meet back here at 7:30.
All right. Sounds good.
Friday edition. Take care, everybody. Thanks for listening.